The endless fascination of Pokemon. Always been one of mine. I vividly remember playing Pokemon Yellow on my Game Boy Color back then, and then getting my own cartridge of Pokemon Red, which was the same game, but I wanted more. Pokemon Yellow had been a magical experience for me. And then when Pokemon Generation 2 came out, Gold and Silver, I got Pokemon Gold for, I guess, my birthday. I remember sitting in my bed, my mother coming in the morning and giving me my grandmother's present, Pokemon Gold. My grandmother lives in another city far away from where I lived as a child. So basically my mother handled my grandmother's gift for me because I couldn't wait. I had to get Pokemon Gold on that day and I was super excited. A few weeks ago, I talked to a friend of mine about the old Pokemon games and how magical these original games were, and I wanted to replay them. I got out my emulation handheld thingy here, and I got a call from youngster Joey. Hey man, how's it going? We need to play some Pokemon. So that's what I'm doing. I got myself the Pokemon Crystal Legacy. I was always envious of people who had Pokemon Crystal because the sprites animated, that was a big deal back then. And I was super excited because it was also a Game Boy Color cartridge. So it had this see-through cartridge with like little sparkles in it. Pokemon Crystal was a magical game and I always wanted it, never got it. Unlike Generation 1, I didn't have two games of the same generation in that one. Well, years and years have passed and I got Pokemon Crystal Legacy, which is a ROM hack that someone did, where they basically updated the game to make it a single player experience. You can catch all the Pokemon in the wild. Let's try to get the tripod working here somehow. So sorry for the bad like angles right here, but we'll make it work. So someone did a ROM hack enabling you to catch all the games, all the Pokemon in the games in the wild, no need for trading. Trade evolutions don't exist, like you can do it like the metal code, for example, works like an evolution stone. That's how this works and I'm super excited to give this a try. You see, youngster Joey has given me a call, wants to battle. Maybe we should do this in this video. Route 30 is where he is. I'm currently in the first city, in front of the first gym where the Sprout Tower is as well. So I'm just starting my legacy, my Pokemon Crystal legacy. I got a little team going here of an HM slave I already caught, which is Sandrid. Then I have the, I don't know many of the old English names for these Pokemon, like the electric sheep thing. I named him Dan because this evolution line is one of my absolute favorite, like the, I don't know the English word for that. And I got an Chikorita, I think is the English name, and I called him Hank in the beginning of the game. I started with my own Hank back in the day. I didn't call him Hank, but the Pokemon was the same. Chikorita, I think is the word for it. You can already see one big quality of life improvement in this game is the run, but ooh, I found a Pichu in the wild. Yes, they really changed the encounter tables in this one. So you can now find harder to find Pokemon, for example, like baby Pokemon, like Pichu over here, in the wild. So it is in many regards a very different experience. There's another very big and popular Pokemon ROM hack called Crystal Clear, which turns the entire game into this open world experience where you can battle all the gym badges in, random order, whatever you want to do. It's a big open world game with level scaling and so on. I didn't want that. I wanted the original Pokemon experience. So what I got was this Crystal Clear. I want to catch this Pichu. So I wanted to get the original experience, but make it like a single player experience. I did not want to trade for anything I can't on this handheld. Maybe there are like wireless connectivity options for this handheld, but I'm not sure. So in the end, I just want the single player experience. That always annoys me about going back to some of the old Pokemon games. They're impossible to play and have tons of fun with on your own single cartridge. They're made for trading, which makes sense from a marketing perspective. But for me as a single player, like RPG fan, that's what I really hate about the Pokemon games. I'm actually super excited for the first time in a long while. I've been super excited for new Pokemon coming out. Pokemon Legends ZA. The 6th generation of Pokemon, Pokemon X and Y, have been my favorite right after the 2nd generation. Since they came out, they are what got me back into Pokemon. I skipped generation 4 and 5, except for the Gold and Silver remakes. And I got Pokemon X and I really loved that. Oh no, poison outside of battle. I did not think about that. I have an antidote. Amazing. I never used to screw around with items back then. Maybe because I was too dumb to actually use items. Effectively, that is. But here I can. So down here there should be youngster Joey right here. I've been waiting. Let's battle now. So I'm not even at the first gym properly and I already got a youngster Joey call rematch. That's going to be a long playthrough. Thunder Shock that Rattata. I needed, because I have Chikorita, I needed an electric Pokemon for the first gym, which I think should be Faulkner, who has a lot of bird Pokemon. So they are very weak. Hey, that should have killed you. They're very weak to electric type attacks. So that's what I'm training up. And also like the Maweep. Maweep, I think, is the English name for this. I think the Maweep line is one of my favorites of Generation 2. I think Generation 2 produced some of the best Pokemon designs and evolution lines of all time. My favorite Pokemon, Misdreavus, originated in this game as well. Sadly, in the post-game. I don't know how that works in this Crystal Legacy version. Maybe I can catch it while I'm playing the game and not after playing the game. That really annoyed me. Back then, my favorite Pokemon was just not accessible until the post-game. That was not a fun ride. These early Pokemon battles, I really miss this. Nowadays, when you get a starter Pokemon, they all have a move of their own type. You know, they start with Bubble and I don't know what the other attacks are called. But the water Pokemon always starts with Bubble. And in this one, you start with Tackle. And a lot of these early battles are just, these low-level Pokemon, one turn after the other, tackling each other. And only after a few battles and after a bit of game time, your Pokemon evolves to have this cool electric type attacks and grass attacks and so on. So you really feel the growth. Especially there's no EXP share, at least not the way it is in modern games. So you have to actually use the Pokemon in your team in order to level them up. I really miss that from the new games. It makes sense in many aspects. Oh, Bellsport, I want that. I don't think I'm going to go full on completionist in this run, but I will definitely give you some updates over the course of my playthrough. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. I'm not going to spam you with videos, but maybe I will do an in-between video somewhere. I will take a long time playing this game. I will not, this will not be my sit down and play through the entire thing game. I'll play this every now and then to have a bit of fun. Feel the nostalgia. Look at Hank going. I'm going to tackle this Bellsprout into submission so I can catch it with, I think, my last Pokeball. So, fingers crossed, let's get that Bellsprout. The pack. Yeah, one Pokeball left. We can do this. Come on. Pressing down B. Pressing down B always works. That's the secret trick. Anyway, Pokemon Crystal Legacy, have you tried this ROM hack? If not, why not? Do you just prefer the original games? Have you played Pokemon Generation 2? And more importantly, when have you played Pokemon Generation 2? That's a big deal. Because if you were like me, like having to figure out all of these secrets through schoolyard rumors and early websites with game tips, I mean, that was an experience. And the Pokemon games really were my first experience with RPGs back then. I don't think I played many more, at least not directly, not like this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Pokemon Crystal Legacy is now starting. I'm starting my Crystal Legacy. I think I made this pun already. Let's have some tea. Here we go. Nice one. I just ordered new tea as well. I'm running out of tea. Never a good thing. See you in the next video.